A hearty welcome to one and all. Today here we are going to discuss about LSD pharmacovigilance and VisiFlow. Here in this presentation, these are the content and we will be discussing about the basic introduction of pharmacovigilance. It will include what is pharmacovigilance. This is just the basic introduction, its aim and its scope. Then we'll be going to discuss about Ares Z pharmacovigilance, its way of case handling or the workflow, its way of case inquiry and its analysis, expedited and aggregated case reporting, open integrations, the key features of the Ares of pharmacovigilance. And next we'll be discussing about the VisiFlow, its flow report, the system requirement for this flow, and the main parts of the VisiFlow, its pros and its cons. Let's begin with the presentation. Here we are going to discuss about what is pharmacovigilance. We need to understand what is pharmacovigilance. It simply means drug safety. How safe a drug is. Whatever drug or any pharmaceutical product we are using, what is its safety, to what extent it is safe, whether a pharmacological product produce any adverse effect or not. And if yes, pharmacovigilance deals with the collection, detection, assessment, monitoring, and prevention of those adverse effects. Next comes the question, why do you need this? Why do we need pharmacovigilance? The first and the foremost concern will be humanitarian, the humanitarian concern. We are all concerned about human lives. If any medication causes any kind of adverse effect, it should be reported and recorded accordingly and also immediately. And the second will be the ADR, the adverse drug reaction may cause sudden death. And by the pharmacovigilance, by the knowledge of pharmacovigilance, one can reduce this. Third will be promoting rational use of medication and adherence. And the fourth will be ethics. If any medication shows any kind of adverse reaction, it should be reported as mentioned earlier. And if not, it is considered as unethical because everyone around us or around the world should be aware of the adverse side effect of any kind of medication. Next comes the aim and scope of pharmacovigilance. Number one, we will take into account the patient care. To improve patient care and safety in relation to medication and all kind of medical and paramedical intervention. Next will be the public health. To improve the public health and safety in relation to the use of medication. Number third will be risk benefit assessment. To contribute to the risk benefit assessment, harm, effectiveness, and the risks of medicine. And number four will be communication. To promote understanding, proper understanding, clinical training, and effective communication to the healthcare professionals and also the publics. Next, we have the basic flow of the pharmacovigilance, how it is used or how it is organized. The changing requirement of global regulation regarding safety of public health demands for a robust system to manage the whole process efficiently. Like any other field, pharmaceutical industries also uses different types of software improvise the whole process of patient and public healthcare. Pharmacovigilance uses various safety databases which facilitates organized data collection, effective evaluation, and timely reporting of adverse drug reaction to the regulatory authorities. Few of the safety databases used are the Oracle Argus, the ARIS-Z, PVNet, VisiBase, or the VisiFlow, etc. And here we are going to discuss about the ARIS-Z and VisiFlow. Let's proceed with ARIS-Z pharmacovigilance. ARIS-Z pharmacovigilance is a leading pharmacovigilance and clinical safety system. It enables companies to reduce safety risks for multiple products, including drugs, devices, vaccines, and combination products too. It provides international safety report for clinical and post-marketing surveillance, improves the case processing life cycle, and reduces data entry time. It automates case processing and report distribution with flexible workflows. It also shortens the medical review and coding process, whereby it integrates with document management system, business objects, and clinical system. Next, we are going to discuss about case handling or the workflow. Root is based on company's SOP and policies. Whatever company is using this Aries Z pharmacovigilance, it's based on the company's SOP and policies. It will be run according to that company's policies and SOP. Manage the key activities such as data entry, assessment, coding, and reporting for full compliance. Larger case processing team. In case the case is larger, the reported case is larger, then what happens? The Aries Z allows a workflow manager to assign cases to the individual team. Individual team are formed and various cases are being assigned to those individual team by a member which is been allotted by the Aries Z. And then review of the activities of the each individual is done by the individual team members. Next, we have come to the case querying and analysis. Create complex queries. Support of published MED-DRA and SMQs. Here MED-DRA is the dictionary for regulatory authorities and SMQ is the standard MED-DRA queries. This SMQ represents a variety of safety topics of regulatory integrations. It performs case review, run batch operations, validation, case updates, reporting, and user to view or represent data in the form of charts or listing for immediate analysis. Next, we have the expedited and aggregated case reporting. This is followed in case of large-scale aggregated cases. The Aries Z provides the report to the FDA. Whatever the report is collected, the Aries Z will provide that report to the regulatory authorities, that is the FDA, MedWatch, CIOMS, PSUR, ASR, and other major international reporting firms. Here, CIOMS provides a standard format for the reporting of suspected adverse drug reaction to any particular medical products. And PSUR stands for Periodic Safety Update Report for Marketed Drugs. These are allowed in case of the marketed drugs. And ASR is the Annual Safety Reports. It includes the global analysis of all the trials. Then comes the electronic exchange. Aries Z supports the export and import of E2B files with recipient-based mapping for the compliances with the local derivations. Next is open integrations. Aries Z is an open system. It is based on industry standard architecture. It can be very easily integrated with third parties. That is, here it is mentioned that Aries Z is an open system. It can be easily integrated with various third parties or various bodies, that can be a regulatory body, clinical, document management, and medical information system to provide collaboration between departments and eliminate transcription error. Which means if this Aries Z has been integrated with the third party or a regulatory clinical document management, then it will be very easy to collaborate things or to report cases because of these open integrations. These are the key features of Aries Z. As it is a role-based data entry form which allows for fast and efficient processing of received adverse event data. As it means the role-based data entry of this Aries Z allows us efficient processing of the adverse event data which has been received. The second will be automated workflow root cases through the data entry and assessment process. Prefigured workflow can be configured for each product type. A MED-DRA browser case assessment summary screen shows all key cases information while allowing the assessor to add specific case information. Extensive regulatory and management reporting capability, including a suite of expedited and aggregated report, management report, etc. Now we are going to discuss about VisiFlow. VisiFlow is a ICSR management system. Here, an individual case is reported. The VisiFlow will report the severe cases of an individual. The ICSS stands for Individual Case Study Report. An individual case will be studied and will be reported in this system. It was developed and hosted by Upasala Monitoring Centers, or the UMC. It is a compatible with the ICH E2B standard for electronic transmission of ICSR. VisiFlow includes data entry, assessment, storage, retrieval, communication with other patients, and it is web-based report management tool. It is E2B compatible. This is the workflow of the VisiFlow, how the reports are flowed using this VisiFlow. The databases will be collected from various regional centers and will be monitored and measured for the prevention of ADR will be taken. Whatever the adverse drug reaction case are reported, that will be monitored and measures for its prevention will be taken. The data are also collected from the data will also be collected from the external organizations too. Here it is, as it is mentioned here, the external organization, the data will be collected from the regional centers, and as well as the external organizations. And these are then these will be converted to E2B files in the E2B file format, and then it will be sent to the regulatory authorities and it will be finally be tracked down by the WHO databases. The system requirement of a VisiFlow. Obviously, in any case of systems, we will definitely need an internet connection or a web browser. Here, web browsers like Internet Explorer and Mozilla Firefox are used, and it is recommended to have a internet connection of at least 1 MB per second, otherwise the system will run very slow. That is, the internet connection of 1 MB should be there. The part of VisiFlow. This is a simple form of VisiFlow, which includes the name of the person who have reported the case. And this is the format: whoever, whatever, and wherever any adverse effect of any pharmaceutical product is reported, it should be taken down in this format in a VisiFlow. The complete details has to be provided, which includes the name of the affected person should of course be there and it should be mentioned, but the reporter's details should also be provided. Whoever is reporting and whoever is taking down the information should also be mentioned in details. Communication between the regional and national centers. There is a communication between the national and the regional centers, and this communication is required in order to remain updated and informed. There is an inflow and outflow of numerous reported cases and information between the centers, and then these reported cases will be worked out, and the final results will be reaching to the regulatory authorities, that is the WHOs. The assessment pages. The assessment pages will include case narrative, that is the complete narration of the case, sender's comment, whoever is sending his comments, sender's diagnosis, imported sender's comments and diagnosis. This will be included in the assessment page. We have come to the pros and cons. The pros of the VisiFlow are combination of structured and free text field to encourage complete data entry. The integrated dictionaries and terminologies ensures correct coding. Here we mean the MedDRA and the SMUs, which are the integrated dictionaries and which allows correct coding. Easy communication between the regional and national centers. We have already mentioned there is a good communication between the regional and the national centers, which helps them to remain updated or informed about any kind of adverse drug reaction. No need for a local server, keep-ups and backups, seamless transmission of report to WHO or the UMC. Now these are the next comes the consequences. Server. with national data in other countries might be against national regulation, needs an internet access of at least 0.5 MB for a good experience, not 100% adaptable to local ideas of how it should work, how the entire process should work. Basically, we have come to the conclusion of today's topic. In a nutshell, we can conclude that the reporting of adverse reaction of any pharmaceutical product is of much importance. That is why pharmacovigilance or the post-marketing phase is a must, because dying from a disease is sometimes unavoidable, but dying from a medication is unacceptable. Thank you so much for your patience. We have concluded the topic. Thank you.